Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz, or Adin Eved Yisrael, is a teacher, philosopher, social critic, and spiritual mentor, who has been hailed by Time magazine as a once-in-a-millennium scholar. He has devoted his life to making the Talmud accessible to all Jews. Originally published in modern Hebrew, with a running commentary to facilitate learning, his Steinsaltz edition of the Talmud has also been translated into English, French, Russian and Spanish. Beginning in 1989, Steinsaltz published several tractates in Hebrew and English of the Babylonian Talmud in an English-Hebrew edition. New volumes are being released following the Daf Yomi cycle. Biography. Born in Jerusalem in 1937 to secular parents, Steinsaltz studied mathematics, physics, and chemistry at the Hebrew University, in addition to rabbinical studies. Following graduation, he established several experimental schools after an unsuccessful attempt to start a neo-Hasidic community in the Negev desert, and, at the age of 23, became Israel's youngest school principal. In 1965, he founded the Israel Institute for Talmudist Publications and began his monumental work on the Talmud, including translation into Hebrew, English, Russian, and various other languages. The Steinsaltz editions of the Talmud include translation from the original Aramaic and a comprehensive commentary. Steinsaltz completed his Hebrew edition of the entire Babylonian Talmud in November 2010, at which time Koren Publishers Jerusalem became the publisher of all of his works, including the Talmud. While not without criticism, the Steinsaltz edition is widely used throughout Israel, the United States and the world. Over 2 million volumes of the Steinsaltz Talmud have been distributed to date. The out-of-print Random House publication of the Talmud, the Steinsaltz edition, is widely regarded as the most accurate and least redacted of any English-language edition and is sought after on that basis by scholars and collectors. Controversial Talmud passages previously obscured, omitted entirely or confined to footnotes in English translations like the Soncino Talmud, receive full exposition in the Steinsaltz Talmud. Random House halted publication of the Steinsaltz Talmud after less than one-third of the English translation had been published. The Steinsaltz editions of the Talmud have opened up the world of Talmud study to thousands of people outside the walls of the traditional yeshiva, including women, who traditionally were not taught Talmud. Regarding the access that his work provides, Rabbi Steinsaltz says, "I never thought that spreading ignorance has any advantage, except for those who are in a position of power and want to deprive others of their rights and spread ignorance in order to keep them underlings." Rabbi Steinsaltz's classic work of Kabbalah, The 13-Petaled Rose, was first published in 1980 and now appears in 8 languages. In all, Steinsaltz has authored some 60 books and hundreds of articles on subjects including Talmud, Jewish mysticism, Jewish philosophy, sociology, historical biography, and philosophy. Many of these works have been translated into English by his close personal friend, now deceased, Yehuda Hanegbi. His latest book is a memoir biography on the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, published by Majid Books. In the summer of 1989, a group of rabbis including Elazar Shach placed a ban on 3 of Steinsaltz's books. Continuing his work as a teacher and spiritual mentor, Steinsaltz established a network of schools and educational institutions in Israel and the former Soviet Union. He has served as scholar in residence at the Woodrow Wilson International Center for Scholars in Washington, D.C., and the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton. His honorary degrees include doctorates from Yeshiva University, Ben-Gurion University of the Negev, Bar-Ilan University, Brandeis University, and Florida International University. Steinsaltz is also Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshivat Hesder Tekoa. Being a follower of Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson of Chabad Lubavitch, he went to help Jews in the Soviet Union assisting Chabad's Shluchim network. deeply involved in the future of the Jews in the former Soviet Union. Steinsaltz serves as the region's Duchovny Raven, a historic Russian title which indicates that he is the spiritual mentor of Russian Jewry. In this capacity, Steinsaltz traveled to Russia and the republics once each month from his home in Jerusalem. During his time in the former Soviet Union, he founded the Jewish University, both in Moscow and St. Petersburg. The Jewish University is the first degree-granting institution of Jewish studies in the former Soviet Union. Steinsaltz has taken a cautious approach to interfaith dialogues. During a visit of a delegation of Roman Catholic cardinals in Manhattan in January 2004, he said that, "You do not have to raise over expectations of a meeting as it doesn't signify in itself a breakthrough. However, the opportunity for cardinals and rabbis to speak face-to-face is valuable. It's part of a process in which we can talk to each other in a friendly way, and called for a theological dialogue that asks the tough questions, such as whether Catholicism allows for Jews to enter eternal paradise." Steinsaltz and his wife live in Jerusalem, and have 3 children and more than 10 grandchildren. His son, Rabbi Menahem Even Israel, is the executive director of SHEFA, Rabbi Steinsaltz's umbrella organization, located in the Steinsaltz Center in the Nashleot neighborhood of Jerusalem. Head of the new Sanhedrin, Rabbi Steinsaltz accepted the position as Nasi of the 2004 attempt to revive the Sanhedrin. In 2008 he resigned from this position due to differences of opinion. As a speaker, Steinsaltz is a popular university and radio commentator. He has been invited to speak at the Aspen Institute for Humanistic Studies at Yale University in 1979. In Jerusalem, he gives evening seminars, which according to Newsweek usually last till 2 in the morning, and have attracted prominent politicians as the former Prime Minister Levi Eshkol and former Finance Minister Pinhas Sapir. Awards and critical reception. Rabbi Steinsaltz has received many awards and prizes, among them the Israel Prize for Jewish Studies in 1988. On 9 February 2012, Steinsaltz was honored by Israeli President Shimon Peres with Israel's first President's Prize for his scholarship in Talmud. The Jewish Book Council named the Koran Talmud Bavli with commentary, translation and notes by Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz, a 2012 National Jewish Book Award winner in the category of Modern Jewish Thought and Experience. However, not all reception of Steinsaltz studies have been wholly positive. For example, Jacob Neusner's How Adin Steinsaltz Misrepresents the Talmud, 4 False Propositions from his reference guide, displays strong disagreement.